Welcome to Navigating Chronic Illness with Heart and Hope. I'm Valerie Alawier, founder of Coaching for Chronic Illness. If this is your first time joining, I'm so glad you're here. And if you've been following along, welcome back. Today's episode is for a special kind of strength, the strength it takes to show up, not because you have all the answers, but because you care. This is for the ones who make the appointments, the ones who check in, the ones who drive, listen, organize meds, sit in silence, or hold someone close when the words just won't come. This is for the caregivers. Whether you're a partner, a parent, a child, a friend, or even a patient who finds themselves caring for someone else while navigating your own illness, this space is for you. Caregiving is one of the most invisible forms of grief and strength. If you're supporting someone with chronic illness, whether it's your child, your partner, a parent, or a friend, you are carrying something very heavy. Even if you never complain, even if you love them with everything you have, caregiving asks a lot of your time, of your body, your emotions, your finances, your future, and sometimes offers very little room to pause and process. You might be balancing medical tasks, emotional support, household needs, and your own life all at once. You might be watching someone you love suffer and feel like you're constantly caught between hope and helplessness. And underneath it all, there's this tender truth. When someone you love is chronically ill, you lose things too. You might grieve the version of them before the illness or the version of yourself before you became a caregiver. Maybe it's the dreams you quietly shelved, the plans that changed, or the exhaustion that never quite lifts. You might feel invisible, exhausted, or unsure where your own needs fit in anymore. But here's the truth. Just because your grief is different doesn't mean it's less real. And just because you're not the one in the hospital bed doesn't mean that you don't need care too. That's why I created this week's Navigating Chronic Illness with Heart and Hope episode, just for you, to name your grief, to honor your courage, and to remind you that your story matters too. You are allowed to feel tired. You're allowed to feel frustrated. You're allowed to feel lonely, even when you're rarely alone. You are allowed to wish things were different and still love the person you're caring for with your whole heart. There is no perfect caregiver. There is no gold star for never needing anything for yourself. Caregiving is emotional labor. It's spiritual labor. It's love, but it's also work. And it's work that deserves to be acknowledged, held, and honored. My dear mother lived with cancer for 2 years before she passed. She was once so full of energy, funny, sharp, creative, and radiant, and I watched her slowly fade. It was one of the most painful things I've ever experienced. And while my sister and niece handled the day-to-day caregiving, I traveled back and forth as often as I could to be present, to attend appointments, and to just help hold space. And as someone living with chronic illness myself, I was also juggling work responsibilities and my own home life. The tension between wanting to be fully there for my mom and needing to take care of my own health was constant. And even now, I sometimes feel like I didn't do enough. But I am grateful for the time we had and for the small moments, for the ordinary days that suddenly meant everything. I share this not because my experience is unique, but because I know many of you are walking a similar path. And I want you to hear this. Your love is seen. Your presence matters. Even if you couldn't do everything, even if it still aches. Some caregivers carry a quiet grief for something that hasn't fully happened yet. If your loved one's condition is terminal, or if the person you love no longer feels like the same version of themselves, either emotionally, cognitively, or physically, you may be grieving them even as they're still with you. This is called anticipatory grief. It's the ache of watching someone change and knowing you can't stop it. It's mourning shared dreams, roles that have shifted, or the slow, painful letting go of the life you once imagined. This kind of grief is real and valid, and it can be deeply isolating. You don't have to wait until loss becomes final to feel it or to name it. Give yourself permission to acknowledge what's already hurting and to be gentle with yourself in that space. You are doing sacred work, and you are human too. Part of what makes this so hard is the way we minimize it. We tell ourselves, other people have it so much worse. I should be able to handle this. They need me more than I need rest. But the truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup, and you shouldn't have to. This isn't about being selfish. It's about being sustainable. The best support you can give comes from a place of grounding, not depletion. So today, I want to invite you to take a breath, not just to fix everything, not to find all the answers, just to be, to take a few minutes and reconnect with yourself. To help you reconnect with yourself, I've created a simple journaling companion just for caregivers to provide gentle encouragement and a few reflection prompts you can use just for you because you deserve the space to be more than just the strong one. You're allowed to need support too. It's just 5 prompts, nothing overwhelming, just space to hear yourself again. So let's quickly walk through the 5 prompts. Prompt number 1. What do I wish someone would ask me? Think about it. When was the last time someone asked how you were doing without making it about someone else? What question would feel like a breath of fresh air today? Prompt number 2. What am I grieving in this season? This might be the loss of time or spontaneity or the role you used to play. It might be the future you once imagined. Whatever it is, write it down. You don't need permission to feel it. Prompt number 3. Where do I need support and how can I ask for it with gentleness? You don't have to carry everything. Who could walk with you even in one small way? What would it look like to ask for help, not from a place of desperation, but from a place of self-respect? Prompt number 4. What do I miss about myself, and how might I reconnect with that part of me? Who were you before caregiving became central? What brings you joy, rest, or a sense of wholeness? How might you take a small step toward that version of yourself again? And prompt number 5, what's one small way I can show myself kindness today? Think small. Maybe it's a cup of tea, or a shower with music on, or a moment to exhale without guilt. It's not about indulgence, it's maintenance. You deserve kindness and compassion too. Of these 5 prompts, take what you need. Use them in the quiet moments or whenever you need to remember that you matter too. Download your free journaling companion for caregivers at https://coaching-for-chronic-illness.kit.com/carrying-what-you-can. Caring for someone through chronic illness is an act of sacred love. But you are not just a helper. You are a human being, and your story matters too. So today, let this be your gentle reminder. You don't have to be everything to everyone. You are allowed to be soft and strong, weary and still worthy of joy. You can carry love and limits at the same time. Thank you so much for being here, for showing up again and again. And thank you for everything you do. I will see you in the next episode of Navigating Chronic Illness with Heart and Hope. Until then, take care of your heart, just like you take care of others. Want to learn more? Subscribe to my newsletter for ongoing reflections, free tools, and notification of new episodes of Navigating Chronic Illness with Heart and Hope with Valerie Alawier, my video series on grief, illness, and gentle healing. Or visit us on our website at coachingforchronicillness.com to explore options to receive more support.